This is authorized U.S. Magistrate Stanley Siegfried on 18C2. A concurrence of 12C869. In this Christmas special, we'll go over some factors. Fact 1. A Russell Perry, who's an informant for the Berkeley County Sheriff's Department and the Jefferson County and Morgan County Sheriff's Departments, took and basically rolled over on Mark Klein, who basically got the chemicals from his brother in Maryland for J.W. Smith that torched the shed on February 2017. The Tripper Cook overlooked, which was the arson hit that Dana Jernell ordered, and Jose Cerritos, as well as Rosita Ailshie. Now, those are facts. More facts. Josh DeFranco gave me a joint laced with fentanyl when they tried to set me up on opiate distribution charge and failed. So he gave me a joint laced with fentanyl trying to kill me. So West Virginia dispatcher, just because she didn't succeed in the hits, oh, you're still alive. Yeah, I'm still alive because it's God's will for justice. Now, Jim Justice, curious, what involvement do you have in these contracted hits? Because I can point out factors. Oh, and Deputy Adam Peck. Chris just happened to throw that in the fire pit because he heard it come across the scanner you was responding. So no, that wasn't a false emergency report. And my client will, show up in court, and by law, you have to subpoena her to verify that Chris was holding the item that was on fire on that emergency call, that he threw into the fire pit when he heard it on the scanner and waited for you to arrive. So how's that work? Now, more. Dana Jernell's an FBI agent who was intercepting my mail at 1086 Galway Road in Hedgesville, West Virginia. She's the one that intercepted the paperwork from Jim Justice's office on my clemency and compensation. Now, I'm not sure how far Jim Justice is involved, but I do know that Tripper Cook of the West Virginia State Police refused to take J.W. Smith and Mark Klein into custody for the arson, as well as a Dana Jernell, who threatened to cut me up into little pieces at the dollar store in Hedgesville there. But mind you, the West Virginia State Police removed that evidence. Yeah. Now, let's go a little further into detail. Even the contracted hits here, which the Hagerstown Police has actually been taking action on. Now that I pointed out, there was contracted hits by Dana Jernell, Rosita Ailshie, Jose Cerritos, and Bureau of Investigations. Why? Because she created a concurrence. And that means Lieutenant Hall. The hit of the grand larceny by Cal Stevens, my cousin. Yeah, did you forget about that? People don't know what a hit is. A hit is an action paid for to remove a problem. It doesn't necessarily mean you kill somebody. That is a fact. Why was I authorized as a U.S. magistrate? Well, you see, Rosita Ailshie, after she took and sold me the property and home, decided she wanted to embezzle an additional $1,500. And Philip Butcher, make sure you keep giving her that money. Yeah, I'm going to, because I'm a detective. I went to college. So yeah, Philip Butcher, do you have any of the proof from Miss Ailshie where she embezzled $1,500? That's a federal offense, in case you don't know. Embezzling money. That's a fact. And then she threatened to burn the home down if my client wouldn't comply with her threats over the money. So, again, that's a federal offense. Oh, of course they're sending in messages now because they don't like this video. Because I'm pointing out facts. Marvin Cole was in on this embezzlement. You know, the fact of the matter is, I made a legal purchase. I was authorized as a U.S. judge. And yes, Danny, I am a U.S. judge. It is against the law to impersonate a judge. And John James, yes, fucking retard, it was a false charge by Adam Peck. Adam Peck knew that Chris took and threw it in the fire pit when he showed up. He already knew. But that was a contracted hit by Adam Peck from Dana Jernell to try to make me look bad in the courtroom. Dana, get the dick out of your ass. I'm a U.S. magistrate, bitch. I'm over your sorry ass. Oh, and guess what? A lady pointed out, you know, they record us. Yeah, I'm glad that the Maryland State Police recorded the call that I pointed out Dana Jernell's been contracting hits on me. Yes, I'm glad the DEA recorded the phone call that I pointed out Dana Jernell was contracting hits on me and was going to try to get them to put a false charge on me. Good, record it. Because I'm a U.S. magistrate, dumbass. And I'll play those calls in one of my videos. But again, Jerome Powell, if you're not involved in these contracted hits, I suggest you be showing up with my 9.5 mil, as well as the money that was embezzled from Publishers Clearinghouse, which comes to, I believe, around 42 million. But we can give or take or whatever. And Patrick Morrissey, Shelley Moore Capito, Joe Manchin III. On this Christmas, y'all trying to make your sorry asses look good? Really? What involvement did y'all have in these contracted hits? I can already prove that Adam Peck took and committed a hit of charging me for filing a false report for Dana Jernell. When Chris threw the item that was on fire into the fire pit before he showed up, and proved that Chris and Dana Jernell don't have a police scanner. Lieutenant Hall, I could prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you was on the contracted hit by John Brantley on the grand larceny of the Joker and my possessions by Cal Stevens, located at 120 Stratton Lane, Falling Waters, West Virginia. And Mary Yeager, Chief Magistrate. Oh, did you think that Cal was a good boy when he gave you my associate's degree in criminal arts? Because I know that's why he came to visit you at your office. And I know your job was created. That's why Homeland Security got in it when you committed the assault. So Homeland Security is likely getting into this shit. Gig is up. And fact of the matter is, I could go on. I've got a mountain of evidence. J.W. Smith isn't the only one that owns J&K Auto Salvage on Cannon Hill. Mark Klein does too. He got the chemicals. That's why the Hedgesville Fire Marshal took the container that was used to set the fire. Yeah. They wanted me to believe he was in Pennsylvania. Russell Perry threw you under the school bus, dumbass. Just like James Reiner has the best weed in Hedgesville. But Dana's been taking up dealing weed to make ends meet while she's on probation. The gig is up. Merry Christmas to y'all, one and all. Jim Justice, if you're not involved in these contracted hits, which I will be contacting the Capitol Security on this and going into some detail, If you're not involved in these contracted hits, explain why you all allowed the state of West Virginia to give a known human trafficker and embezzler a child to traffic, a home, and a job for false information in 18C 279 and 18C 2. The Dana Jernell created a concurrence of 12C 869 by stealing the paperwork. And by the way, Jim, you don't need that document because Byron Craig Manford, attorney at law at 151 North Queen Street in Martinsburg, prepared that paperwork. So, like you said you was going to do 2 months ago, you need to be showing up my clemency and compensation if you was not involved in that contracted hit. And then I'll decide whether or not I'm going to take and drop the charges on you in the warrant for obstruction of justice. Big Jim. Again, that's all for this episode.